Obviously very happy to get the win tonight. These games, any game in March is always going to be a very hard-fought game, and I think it's easy to maybe, assume that a home game against a team that's had some ups and downs this year is going to be easy, and we were very aware going into the game that was not going to be the case. FIU's been playing very good basketball. They played very hard tonight. They gave us some real problems there in the first half on the glass for sure, but with their toughness and their aggressiveness, and I was happy to see in the second half that we responded and played well, played together, out-rebounded them in the second half, and continued to guard their primary players. So all in all, very happy to get the win, and we'll try to use this to get some momentum and hopefully get another one on Saturday.
Obviously a nice start for you guys. Hit 5 threes in the first 5+ minutes, which was more than you had the whole game against them the first time.
Yeah, it's hard to figure those things out sometimes. I think we certainly thought we over-dribbled and tried to attack the paint before reversing the ball in the first game. And we did that a little bit on Saturday at New Mexico State as well. And those two teams defend very similar. So we knew they were going to really be heavy in the gaps, and we had to make the passes that were there. And we didn't know that we had to just, shoot the ball. But at the same time, I thought we had clean looks to start the game. Don had a few. Tyrone had a few, I think. Braxton maybe made one. So it's always a good thing when the shots go in. I did think that we probably, maybe midway through the first half, just assumed that we were going to be able to play horse out there and shoot threes all night, and that would seal the win. And it doesn't quite work like that. So I think that it was great to get off to a good start. At the same time, I think maybe we got a little complacent because we were just seeing some shots go in, and they obviously are a very good team, and they made a run back and fought us, and we had to play probably a little bit different of a way to win the game in the second half.
Hank, what did it mean having you knocked back, and particularly with your rotation?
Oh, I don't know. I think we're still figuring out. It means a lot for me to have him back because obviously he's somebody I've known for about 6 years, and he's an important part of our team, and I think he's ready to go, and he's going to be an important piece down the stretch. I thought, we obviously, him and I just talked, we're going to watch those minutes he played here first thing in the morning, and we need him to keep getting better and better, and we need him to be the best version of himself on Saturday. So, personally, I love him to death, but I thought he was just okay tonight. But we're planning on him being ready to go and having a big game on Saturday, and we're going to do everything we can between now and then to make that happen.
Christian really took this game over for stretches in the second half. Can you just kind of touch on his performance in the last one?
Yeah, it seemed like probably Don in the first half a little bit, and Christian in the second half were kind of the lead guys. And I think that, when you have a couple, multiple options that can score both at the rim and from three, it can be tough to guard. So, I didn't think Don turned it off in the second half. He missed a couple open looks he had, it seemed like, but it seemed like he got a lot more attention, and that allowed Christian to both off the ball hit some shots and on the ball make some plays. He made a couple good defensive plays too, where we were sinking in, and he made one at UTEP last week where they drive and they kind of kick it out, and he's able to run through it. So Christian's a very intelligent player and finds ways to make defensive plays, to make plays to score the ball, and I thought he did a good job at. We have a lot of seniors on this team, but because of how the rules are, all of a sudden, there's a lot of seniors that have another year of eligibility. The seniors that know that they only have 2 more regular season games, like Christian, sometimes that makes you play a little bit different. And Christian, obviously, his father is a WKU grad. This place means a lot to him. I can see just the heart that he has and the care that he has and the desire that he has to finish his career on a good note, and I was very, very proud of him for how he played tonight.
During the Lincoln press, you had mentioned about finishing strong against New Mexico State and staying mentally strong, and you had mentioned the Boston Celtics and giving up a lead. What did it mean to, despite the drought, being able to stay in the game and keeping the lead?
Yeah, it showed some strength. I guess we were up early in the first half, right? And then all of a sudden I think maybe being in the second half was not our best basketball. So falling 4 or 5, something like that. And then we did it by defense. All of a sudden you stop letting the other team score, and you hold them to one shot. We're able to get some runouts. We're able to get some offense through our defense, and I thought we did share the ball very well. Old school stats, but 18 assists to 6 turnovers is pretty good. So there's just a stretch there early in the second half when we fell right behind. We kind of did address it, to be honest with you. I said, God, just because we're behind now, it feels like it feels like we're not passing. It feels like we're looking at the scoreboard and we're saying, man, I can make up for this. And it's always got to be, we can accomplish something. We can make up this lead. We can, if you pass the ball and you have good ball movement and player movement, you usually get an open look. And I thought we were getting pretty clean looks most of the night. So I think we got right back to that. We kind of caught ourselves when we fell right behind. And I thought the last probably 15, 16 minutes of the game, the guys did a good job at not just focusing on the scoreboard, but focusing on each individual play and what they could do to affect the scoreboard.
I thought Jack gave you some real quality minutes off the bench tonight. And a couple of baskets when you need them. They're in the lane against a 6'11" guy.
No, for sure he did. He went in at kind of right when we were struggling. We put him in at that. We kind of made a couple quick subs there in the second half, and I thought he probably played a 7 or 8 minute stretch where we were definitely a positive, you know, and I think he made a 3 in the first half. There one, from the right side, he played off 2 feet, got the guy up in the air. We've been trying to get Jack to do that, and not, hey, if he can use his quickness to get to the rim quickly, cool. But if you don't have that angle, you can't just throw it up there and get blocked, you know. And he had that happen to him on Saturday, and it's good that we were able to address that, and he made the right steps to score, because he's very capable of doing that. Little maybe 6 to 8 foot, maybe pull up, turnaround shot he had in the lane too. He has a lot of, when you make a decision, you want to make a confident decision, and I thought Jack did a good job. He applied some full court pressure that maybe took those guards out of the rhythm. I thought he did a great job.
Coach, talk a little bit about Liberty. They won tonight. And
How much they win by, out of curiosity?
I don't remember
Yeah.
what they won. And,
They're a very good basketball team. I mean, I guess unless my math is wrong, I think they'll be coming in here playing for a conference championship. So I would think there's a lot on the line, and I know the pride that those young men take in every game that they play. They obviously have mostly the same group now there for 2 years, and they certainly have played this year with a chip on their shoulder. We kind of had a fortunate win at their place, obviously 2 months ago, which seems like about 2 years ago. But we struggled maybe for 30 minutes, then played maybe in one of our best 10-minute stretches of the year to come back and win that game. And just another kind of, we've been a little hot and cold. We think we've proven we can beat anybody, but also when we struggle, anybody can beat us. If we haven't established in our own minds that that's possible, then we got a lot of learning to do fast. But we do know we can beat Liberty. We split last year and obviously won the game at their place, which is very, very hard to do. So, but they're very talented. Porter and Matheny are elite level experienced guards. Cleveland and Aquino up front are unique front court players. They bring the ball up the court, they pass. Moffmer and Talon Peter are outstanding wings. They play 6 guys in really most of the game. I didn't know who to vote for all league because all 6 of them are very, very good players. I have no idea who their best player is. I think they have 6 guys that play that are future pros. And they're unbelievably unselfish. So they will pass up 2 good shots to get an elite level shot. It's really fun to watch them play. At the same time, we have to make sure we bring our intensity and use our quickness and use our size and be able to use our physical strength to hopefully to our advantage and continue to share the ball on our end. So I know a little bit more about them than I usually would going into a game, but just because we've seen them play quite a bit, and they played on Sunday when nobody else played, so I did watch that game. But they're obviously a great team, and they deserve all the respect and credit that they've got this year, and we're going to do everything we can to come in here Saturday and beat them.
You mentioned that they're coming here playing for a conference championship. Is there a way that you can kind of turn that into motivation for yourself to sort of play spoiler with that?
Well, we have a lot of motivation to win. I think it's. I think every year is different, but we have a lot of confidence in our ability that once we get to Huntsville next week of what we're capable of. At the same time, we need to believe that we're playing capable of beating everybody, and there's no better way to prove that to yourself than to play a team that's tied for first and play well, whether that's win or lose. Now, our plan is to win. And we know we're capable of winning the game. But we need to continue to play good basketball. The second half tonight was better than the first half. Even though we won the first half, we made some shots, and we didn't do a lot of other basketball things well. We have to do everything well to win on Saturday. So I don't have a preference for who wins the league if it ain't going to be the Hilltoppers. But we want to win every single game we play. So we are going to do we're certainly going to be motivated, and we'd like to finish the season with 2 great wins here in front of our crowd. It is very motivating to, when 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people come out to watch us play, for us to play as good as we can, for the name on the front of our jersey. So I know we're expecting a great crowd, and the crowds have been great all year, and they've picked up as the season goes on, and I've had 1 million people come up and tell me they're going to Huntsville. So if you do want to know, it's very, very motivating. You know, we are very, very motivated to end this home schedule with a great effort and hopefully a great win on Saturday.
First half, Braxton came out limping a little bit. Is he 100% or?
I don't know. I got to check on that. I thought he was a little off to start the second half. He had a couple turnovers. I'm not sure if physically that's a factor. He wouldn't tell me that there's anything wrong, but so I can't imagine there's anything that's going to hold him out. But I would agree something happened where he looked a little slow. I don't think it's major, but I've known him for 5 years. He'll be ready to go on Saturday. Thank you, guys.